Welcome to this week's episode of Daddies Matter 2 Off the Cuff with your girl Brenda Brown, aka the Chocolate Child.
Join and like Daddies Matter 2 on Facebook. We're not anti-moms, we're just pro-dads.
If a father has been M.I.A. for 15 years, does he have the right to call his 20-year-old male child, quote unquote, son? Albee?
Not being there does not take away your fatherhood title. You're still you still, had that child. That's still your son. However, the respect of the name is probably not going to be there. And that's what has to be worked on, because just because you my son, just because you my father, don't mean I have to respect you. Doesn't mean I'm going to respect you. That's something you got to work on. But I don't think taking away the title father or son, I don't think that's even relevant, because it's just a name.
I love the answer. JF Clay, the one. If a father has been MIA for 15 years, does he have the right to call his 20-year-old male child, quote unquote, son?
To be totally honest with you, it's going to be how did the mother rear the child? Because now, again, remember I shared with you, I'm a baby boomer. So the mother reared the children a different way. They reared them to respect their fathers, whether their fathers were at home, whether, they were, Papa was a Rolling Stone, whatever it was, the child was always taught to respect the father. So it depends upon what dispensation that you're in terms of what it is that you're going to do with that, with how you address that.
But doesn't he have the right not to want to be called that? And as his mother, what do I do?
Okay, he has the First Amendment right to call him a McRib, I guess, because it's the freedom of speech. However, I totally disagree with a lot of what was said on there. There's something that has to be earned. I don't care if he is the donor and that sort of thing. He needs to establish some roots from the beginning. I'm going to tell you, my father was in and out and that sort of thing, and he's Eldridge. He's not dad, and he will never be dad. He's Eldridge. And he lost that right a long time ago. My thing is, now if this man is willing to establish and lay down some roots, then he can slowly, and he has to allow that to be something that your son is comfortable doing. But I don't care about, what order or all of that kind of stuff. My thing is, you've been MIA for 15 years. And that's just me as a fatherless kid growing up. And as a father now, I can't.
I can see you actually both sides of this, Brenda. Professor J, are you a baby boomer? I'm thinking he's not a baby boomer.
He's not. Nope.
Being a baby boomer and actually, Brenda, being in that situation that you described, my dad pretty much was absent pretty much most of the time, and like Professor J said, in and out. There was very little respect. Now, my mom, being a baby boomer, did raise me the way that JF Clay said. She taught me to be respectful. So I would never raise my voice or anything. But at the same time, the way I felt about what to do versus what, the respect was two different things. And like I said, I can see both sides of that. It's a very tough issue, both for you and for the child and for the father, if he's trying to come back into that situation. Because like you said, if you've been absent as a father, most children, they're going to hold that against you. That's a grudge match right there. And as much as JF says you don't want to rise up, that son is thinking rise up. Look, in the back of your mind, you think rise up. If any of the same grind that happened before with the dad and the mom is still going on, oh yeah. But I'm thinking respect. Like I said, I was raised to be respectful, but don't say nothing to my mom.
Look, all the baby boomers out there, hold on to your hats, because I never met my pops, right? And it's been way more than 15 years. But if I was to bump into him tomorrow and there was proof that he was my dad, I promise you, we fighting right there on the scene. I don't care why you were gone. I don't care where you were at. I don't care if you was on drugs. We fighting. And let me say why we're going to fight. We're going to fight for a few minutes because I need that. Because after that, I can love you. I can try to learn to love you after that. But the fight could be the argument. It could be an argument.
You're gonna
you gonna get your ass beat. You gonna get your ass beat, man. Hold on. Wait.
Time out.
Listen, I'm telling you, Al, if you jump up in your father's chest, you gonna get your ass whooped. I'm telling you right now, because if any one of my sons whatever they talking about, if they jump up in my chest, they gonna get a nice ass whooping. You know why? Because you never disrespect your elder. Never. Because you remove the order of how things are done. And what I mean by that is, not that you are not respecting how someone feels, but you better put your feelings under control. Because if you jump up in my chest, I'm gonna give you exactly what you asking for, and that's a good ass whooping.
And that's probably
need one.
And that's exactly what I was gonna say. I probably do. And you know what? It's a long time coming. It's a long time coming. And I say like this: if your old man grip is tight enough, bring it on. You know what I'm saying? But JF, let me tell you why I said that. Let me tell you why I said that, because I got cut off.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
When you build up so much hatred for someone that you don't know, or so much, resentment for someone you don't know or never met, you got to get that out. You got to get that out, or you never gonna move forward. You understand? And that's a lot of pain. You want to talk about trauma, bro? If I met my father tomorrow, we fighting on sight, and after that, we can heal. We can watch a couple of episodes of the Truth Session, and
but you might not like the ass whooping you gonna get though.
I will. I respect
it. It may not resolve it, Albee.
Okay.
It may not resolve it because.
But you know what? I lived my life without you. I'm gonna walk away happier.
I agree with you. Like I said, Albee, I kind of been in your situation. Me and Professor J both can say we kind of been in there. And like I said, being a baby boomer, I know what JF is saying too. But
I get the respect thing.
You are living that right now. You're still walking in that shadow, whether you meet him or not. So, Albee,
it's okay.
Do you think your circumstances made you the father that you are?
Of course it did. I'm hurt, and I don't want my son to hurt like that. I'm a grown-ass man, y'all. I'm a grown-ass man, and when I think about my pops, man, it makes me want to cry. You know what I'm saying? And I'm crying over a dude I don't even know. I don't even know what he looked like, y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He caused a lot of pain, and I don't want that for my son.
But this is fine, Albee. But this is fine. But listen to what I'm sharing with
when
you.
you grow
Hold
up
on, let me say this. Hold on.
Generation and that sort of thing, and you see like we live in an environment where it's hundreds of us piled on top of us, fatherless and that sort of thing. So to come back after an extended period of time and demand like some sort of I'm the father or you're the son type thing, hold up for a minute, homeboy. You got to establish some roots. And I'm not going to be the one sitting up here and pretending as if this whole 15 years didn't happen.
Brenda's brought a question that we know that deeply hurts the African-American community, and that's the absence of fathers. Like I said, it's affected. I know I walked in my father's absence in his shadow for years, and I did know him in and out, like I said, but I can also identify with Albee's anger. The anger was there. I mean, I understand what you're saying, JF. Listen to me. Like I said, the respect I was raised with, you don't raise up, but the anger is there. It's there.
Man.
I know what you're saying.
JF, can you see me, JF? Can you see me?
No, I can't even see you. No.
Man, listen. Brenda, I want JF to look at me in the face, man. I want JF to see me in the face. Put me in front of him somehow. But JF, let me tell you, that man caused me a lot of pain. And I understand what you're saying, but what I need you to understand is put yourself in my shoes and try to live your life with that pain and die with that pain. Because if I ain't seen him at this point, I'm probably never going to see him.
It's the trauma.
I'm bringing you to a place of healing. You cannot come to a place of healing if you're still resentful and how things make you feel.
And that's why we fighting on sight, so we can heal later.
Right, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't gonna do that. You're gonna get your ass whooped.
And that's okay. And that's okay.
No, it ain't gonna be okay, because it's gonna add.
Listen, you're my father. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not out to kill you. And if I'm your son, you shouldn't be out to kill me. But we can hurt each other a little bit, and then we can heal.
Okay, listen to me.
Can I get an amen? Can I get an amen?
No, because you an extra large professor. Y'all in the wrong age group. Because you can't come into the baby boomers group. Hold on. We can't come into the baby boomer group and have that level of conversation. It ain't gonna work.
But we can't come to the baby boomers group. Okay. Go ahead.
Let me add this to the conversation. What I'm trying to get you to understand is that there has to be some level of information that is given to you to get you to move into a place to understand that that's not a good place to be in.
I know it's not.
See, right. So now
I accept
you're
that.
getting to where, I
accept that.
So now, where are we going with this? Where we're going with this is that the anger, the resentment, and all of that, come on here, is broached upon by how you are reared by the female that you're in the company of.
And it was messed up to the third power.
Angry, right there, you see, now you get, now, see, now, so.
But I know her. I know her, JF. Yeah. She was there.
Yeah, but hold on, but that was projected.
As bad as she was there. And I can't hate her.
But it's, okay, but that's projected.
It has been requested that you and Albee have a one-on-one for a few minutes. So I want to give your audience that part of the show for them. Talk to him because he's my son. He is what my son is going to grow up into if you don't talk to him. So I'm going to leave y'all here and talk to him, JF and Albee. Talk.
I mean, I don't know what to say, man. Like, I've buried this, you know, like my way of dealing with the trauma is, like Bobby said, just masking it up and trying to just block it out, you know, and I've become over the years really good at that. But when conversations come up, when I start thinking about them, yeah, all that hate come up, man. And I see a therapist on a weekly basis, and yeah, we talk about it sometimes, but I've talked to a lot of people about it, and I don't think I'm gonna get the help I need until I talk to him. You know what I mean? If he's even still alive. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to think. I just let it go and try to be the best dad I can be, so my son don't have to grow up feeling the way I feel about my pops. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot behind that, JF.
I know a little bit more about you than what you think I know about you, and I'm talking about spiritually, because I get an opportunity to kind of read your spirit. And at the same time, I know that the only way for healing to come is that you have to talk to someone that has the ability to take what you're saying, assess it, and then give it back to you without all of the stuff that you had in there. Yeah. So that you can catch and feel what you need to feel for your healing.
Yeah.
See, and we don't get therapy like that. See, when we go to therapy, they just use the same old Marika Monroe.
Yeah.
But when you really, But when you really get into that real level of therapy, man, you get to that place where you say, man, you know what? I never felt like this before. How did you know that? How were you able to tap into me like that and get that information out of me? This is the kind of therapy that I do. And see, this is why I'm saying that until you get to that place where someone can touch that, which is why I have the sessions that I have, the true session, I'm giving away free information that, man, you're going to pay thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for in the true session. You're going to pay thousands of dollars for it.
I'll be over there. I'll be over there.
Yes. So for me, when I'm talking to you, the things that I'm going to say to you is that, listen, just take a minute and think about what happened to him. Who did something to him to make him act and behave the way that he did?
The way I see it.
Once you find, okay, go ahead.
The way I see it is, my mom was a one-off, and when he found out, he probably stuck around for a couple months to see what happens. And once something didn't go his way, he just split, man. He got selfish and just split. You know, he got other kids. I'm sure he had other families.
Okay, let's just say this. Let's just say he and your mother had an agreement that, okay, we're going to do this right now. We're going to make this happen right now. But didn't have any conversation about we're going to have a child together. We're going to conceive together and be in a relationship together. See, these are some of the things that are never mulled over. These are some of the things that are never
relationship or not, he know I exist, and he did not do anything about it. And that's where my hatred comes from. You understand?
Okay,
but what I did was I let it go. I let it go, JF, but it still hurt.
Okay, now, let's say, for example, and I dealt with these cases. Let's just say, for example, he and your mother came together. And the result of copulating was you, the expression of you. However, he didn't understand the level of what he was getting into. And what he found out was, what he found out was that, okay, your mother and I were not compatible. And so therefore, I'm going to split.
Yeah.
He didn't take time. He didn't take time because to him, you are not a reality.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And it's not anything against you, but what he is actually saying to your mother is that we didn't agree upon this.
So we had already come to the end, and I was just so enamored with, just watching you guys talk it out and get it out. Thank you, Bobby.
And man, Albee, we love each other. Y'all know that.
Man.
Oh yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
And again, we appreciate you coming to hang out with us on the show. And I know you got to get going, so I want to give you your chance to sign off and not just drop out the picture and say your last remarks.
All right, Brenda, always great to be on the show. The onion you opened today, unforeseen. I mean, I was where Albee was 10, 15 years ago when I think I actually realized there was some counseling needed in my heart. When my father passed away, I felt probably exactly like Albee. I was a stranger at a funeral.
Oh, okay. Extra Large Professor, Dad Cypher, new episodes every Tuesday. Me and my son, we talk about me and my son, twin number 1, 2 in the back. We both talk about fatherhood and hip hop.
Oh man, this was a pretty emotional show for me, y'all. I think this is the first time I done actually sat in a chair and got hot and red in the face. But shout out to JF, shout out to Bobby, everybody on the panel. Shout out to the studio audience, we appreciate you coming in every week, Make sure you subscribe to us on Coffee Time Comedy for more videos like this one.
I love being here in this session with the Chocolate Child, Brenda Brown. This is a platform, you all, that is second to none. And I'm grateful. And shout out to all of the panel. Extra Large Professor, I love you, man.
Give your kid all the information that you can about that man that he wonders about. Because at the end of the day, whether he meets him or she meets him or not, that's all they really want. Because that's all I really wanted. And on that note, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
Have a good day, soldier. All right, people, we are out of here. Enjoy your Sunday. Like I said before, this has been another amazing episode of Daddies Matter 2 Off the Cuff with your girl, Brenda Brown, aka the Chocolate Child. You guys take care out there. And if you've learned anything from this show today, it is to provide the information to your kids. Do the best you can with all the information you got. Remember, love each other, support each other, assist each other, celebrate each other. And if all of that does not work out, at least acknowledge each other, people. Fatherhood is an acknowledgement game. And from speaking to a bunch of them, all they want is acknowledgement.